Hello, thank you for stopping by Sandra P's Gen Extra. I appreciate everyone stopping by. This is going to be my live Survivor review. It's Survivor 48, Episode 6, Doing the Damn Thing. And that is a phrase that we'll hear one of the survivors say. And actually, they didn't give us any teaser or anything like that. They let us know last week in the previous week that Jeff is going to say, everybody drop your buffs. But the first thing they do is they bring us back to the beach where the tribe that went to tribal council is coming back to kind of explain their vote to everybody. We have Cedric, who is really upset because he got to talk to Bianca. He voted Bianca out. He needs to talk to Say and to Mitch because he and Chrissy found out at the last minute that Bianca didn't have a vote, yet she was kind of running things. She was down in the middle between the four players. Mama Bees, thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate you coming into the chat. This is a live Survivor review. So confessional, Cedric said that he's the reason that Say is still in the game, yet she is walking around mad at him. She actually told him, I'll speak to everybody else, but for you, you've lied to me twice, and I don't want to hear it. But what Say is not hearing is, I heard what Cedric said, the fact that Bianca walked around on the beach and was going between all of the other tribe members and did not have a vote. So she couldn't have helped whoever she was so-called voting with because she didn't have a vote. So Chrissy and Cedric found out and they wrote Bianca's name down. Mitch voted for Say. Say confronted him on that. Say makes me laugh because people are going to vote for you. Somebody's got to get the vote. But she ends up, every time her name goes down, and it has gone down week after week, she gets upset about it. I'm still rooting for Say, but there were more cracks. I'll say more cracks in Say's armor this week. So all of the tribes, they meet on a beach with Jeff. It's drop your buffs. We hear what the different tribe members say on that. Say's looking forward to playing the game with Mary again because they were chasing each other around. She was having fun. We get confessional Mary who says that she's really not looking forward to that chaos. She's saying that the only reason she's even still in green is because she can't walk around naked. So Mary actually has decided she's experienced calm and she wants to keep being calm. Star reads the advantage, and what the advantage is that there's something hidden on the beach that's going to help them at the challenge. Say takes off down the beach with Charity right behind her. Say ends up getting an advantage that says when she meets Jeff during the challenge, she can open it. He'll tell her what it's about. So David and Joe are on the beach. They're bonding over milk. There's 13 people out there. They're all going between their little conversations. Eva's laughing at them. She want to know, where do you keep all this milk at? Because Joe and David are saying that they drink a gallon of milk a day. So that's a lot of milk. They're saying they drink a gallon of milk a day. Eva's introducing herself to the people that don't know her yet. They saw a little bit of her at the tribe last week, as well as the viewer will introduce more to Eva and her story of being on the spectrum and her sharing that with the viewer. She's 23 years old. Tells everyone they're welcome to talk to her. Any questions they have, they can meet and talk to her. Joe's happy to be reunited with Eva. They are still each other's number one. They confirm that to each other. Eva tells Joe who else she has brought along. She says David and Kyle are with her. Joe says that he's with Shaheen and also Kyle. And they don't think Camilla is close in with them, but Camilla is close with Kyle, which the viewer knows, but the rest of the tribe doesn't know yet. So that's a bonus to them. So Joe is saying he wants to play an honest game. He wants honest people. He's sick of people scrambling and doing all this extra stuff before it even has to be done yet. Because they have a couple of votes that almost everybody would agree on. Right now it's Charity. Right now it's Say. So he doesn't really want to play that dirty game. Thank you for coming into the chat. I appreciate it. Capricorn Flower, hello. Thank you so much. This is a live Survivor review. So Charity is talking on the other side of the tribe. She's telling everybody to get out Eva and her idol. Charity even had the nerve to go to Star and try to get Star to retrieve her idol from Eva. Now, we know last week when Eva figured out the clue and Star, in a moment of generosity, gave her the idol, I was concerned for Star. And I was concerned that she did that, and I feel like it's going to come back to bite her. Star goes directly to Eva and lets her know, Charity wants me to get my idol back. Eva and Joe also discussed it. Joe's like, do not give her back the idol. And I was sorry that Eva was even able to get it, but I wouldn't give it back to her either. So the thing about the mergers, the people that were at risk are still at risk, but they can be a floater if they want somebody else out more, which is Say's name is ringing bells. Also, Charity, but there might be somebody else that they can point a finger at too. So they have remaining 6 individual immunity, and the merge buff will be guaranteed. This is based on how they're going to go out and play for the challenge. But with Jeff, he's telling them nobody has a buff yet. The person who wins is going to get a buff, one who wins individual immunity to the new tribe. Everyone else is going to be at risk at tribal. He tells Say that her advantage is that she doesn't have to play this game. And it is a muddy, dirty game. They're going down into pits of mud, burrowing underneath this barrier, and then they have to fill this thing. It's a hard challenge. All the challenges are hard. Everybody's covered in mud. It's kind of disgusting. So Say gets to sit on the challenge. She automatically gets her meal. David, of course, is a star. He's the stuntman. Mitch and Eva. Star is very athletic. Star's able to do a lot. So after the mud, they have to get through mulch. They jump in this mulch thing. It looks really dusty. You couldn't have asthma out there. It looks terrible. So Say is sitting on the bench. She's like, thank God that I don't have to play this game. Thank God for giving me this advantage. So on the orange team, which is Sawhin and Joe, they work with Mitch. They're trying to help drag Cedric over the last part of the game. And then they end up, David, Camila, Kyle, Chrissy, Star, and Mary earn a meal and a chance for individual immunity. Also, when they go out to get the meal, they sit together and they talk. Thank you for coming into the chat, everyone that's come in. Anyone in the bushes, just press the like button. Thank you so much for listening to the live Survivor review. So they're sitting there eating the food. Nobody washed their hands or face, and they're right by an ocean. I never understand why they do that. So they're having beer, they start burping and everything. Star says that the manners went out the window when they're out there, but I wish they could at least wash up before they eat. But it's Survivor, everybody's hungry. So Mary asked for a chance to talk. She's telling everybody she doesn't want to throw her name out yet. Star is in her confessional. Confessional Star is telling us her brother-in-law Robert told her do not bring out any names. And she said, I'm sorry, Robert, I'm going to have to bring out a name. Star, of course, wants to get Charity out. Eva's name is floating around because Eva has an idol. They want to flush that idol and put it back in the game. Back at camp, Cedric is apologizing for the loss. So Confessional Mitch says that he doesn't really have he's not firm on who he's going to vote out yet, but he wants to say Siva Strong because there is one tribe that even though they've been through all these different configurations, Siva still has all 6. So they're going around saying things like Siva 6, especially Charity, because people want Charity out. So when they get back to camp, Star encourages Cedric because he's still dejected over the loss. He feel like he cost his team being able to eat. And Joe even told him, we didn't come out here to eat. We got time to eat. We're here to win this $1 million. So Star is telling him, you're killing it. I was proud of you. I know your kids will be proud of you. You are doing the damn thing. Star is really encouraging to her teammates. They showed her really quiet the first couple of weeks, but I like Star. I like the way Star plays the game. She lays low. And that's another reason why I was a little upset with them targeting Star for what I felt was no reason initially, because I felt like her going off in the jungle to search for her idol, that wasn't enough of a reason to try to get her out. I feel like that's what everybody should be doing. That's what Say was doing, and that made her a target from day one. So they talk about who they want to get out. Mary confirms that Charity and Say are dangerous, but she compares Say to a snake. She said, Say is like a snake, but Charity's dangerous as well, but she's more like a turtle, and nobody's really scared of turtles. I don't know what kind of analogy Mary was doing, but the main names are still Charity and Say. So they go to the game that they have is going to be one of those games of where you balance a ball. This is for individual immunity. So at the end of the game, they just get out one by one. Kyle and Star are the longest lasting people in the game. Star drops her ball last, and Kyle wins individual immunity. So they scramble at the beach as to whose name they're going to come up with. They walk into tribal council. Jeff explains to the people that have never been there that fire represents life. When the fire's gone, you're gone as well. He asked Sawhin what it's like to be out there with 13 people. Sawhin gave an analogy. He said it's like having a a huge dinner party versus a huge house party. He said the small dinner party, you can kind of keep things under control. The house party, you don't know what's going on. People might sneak off together into one of the rooms, and you have to really pay more attention at the larger house party. Mary compared it to a dog park with everybody trying to go after the same bone. Kyle tried to joke. He said at the dog park, everybody's going to be kind of feeling each other out and sniffing butts. So that made Jeff laugh a little bit. Kyle think he's funny. Sometimes he is, but that was a little silly. Eva says her social cues are not really holding her back. And I think that is true. Eva has been more open out here, but she also has some really big guns in her corner. I would say Joe. Joe does go back to Eva and talk to her about things. Star is now giving Eva information. Confessional Star even said, Eva and I are friends now. And Eva was one of the people when she was originally on the tribe with Star. Eva and Thomas were conspiring early on to either get Star's advantage from her or to just get her out of the game. But lucky for Star, they never went to tribal council. So David says at the tribal, he said it's honesty and integrity season. Jeffrey was reminding him, this is your first tribal. There's people that have been voted out that they may not think it's honesty and integrity season, which is true because we've seen the last few people voted out have been blindsided. They did not know they were going home. Jeff calls whether or not anyone has an advantage that they would like to play. People look around. We know Eva has the idol. She feels safe. There's no need for her to play it yet. She doesn't. They start to vote. Say's name come up to Charity's name. Say, Charity. They are tied a couple times, 2 and 2, 3 and 3. Next thing you know, Say is up to 5 votes. They're tied. Charity gets another vote, 6 vote. And then the next person voted out, Charity, with 7 votes. Somebody voted for Cedric, but that was a one-off vote. So they broke up Siva. So it looks like most of the tribe was more concerned with keeping an original tribe strong, even though most of the people on that tribe, including David, he wanted Charity out. I think he did vote for Charity. Mitch was the only one that was still real tight with Charity. Chrissy was only going along because she was part of the original tribe. So they broke up Siva. Say whispers that she was scared during that tribal council. Say is not used to it. She gets votes every tribal council, but she's kind of on the radar. And if she doesn't get immunity, start winning immunity, she might be going home. Am I still rooting for Say? Yes, I am still rooting for Say. I also like Star as a player. And I like Mitch. Mitch has been one of my favorites, the PE coach. He's been one of my favorites since the beginning. So we'll see what Star is able to do next week. And then Jeff says, congratulations, you're merged. Kyle already has his blue buff that he won during the challenge. Everyone else gets their blue buff. And so next week we get to see what they're going to do. Say is the one that ended up voted for Cedric. She let us know. Confessional Say let us know. And they split the other votes between Say and Charity. So next week we're going to get a confessional with Say telling us that everyone is obsessed with her. And that does start out when they merge. There's always one player that they end up focusing on, but more names could emerge. We know Eva still has her immunity idol that Star gave to her. So we'll see what happens with that. And that was just a little quick Survivor review. Hello, Reen Bass. Thank you for stepping into the chat. I appreciate it. How are you? I hope everybody's doing well tonight. So that was just a quick Survivor review. I don't know if everyone watches Survivor. This is a pretty good season. I dropped them for a while because I get tired of the same politics that happen in Survivor when they start focusing on certain people. So when I first started reviewing it and I saw what it was going to be again, and I saw Say, this young lady, 30 years old from Philly, she's attacking the game. She's kind of mouthy. She says exactly what she thinks. And she quickly became a target. I came up with, I'm rooting for Say. But she has been antagonizing to her new tribe last week. And then it looks like it's going to continue on this week. But I still like the way that she is attacking the game and playing the game. Mama Bees doesn't watch it. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much, even though you don't watch it. I have started watching Beyond the Gates. That is the new soap opera. Soap opera is such a commitment. It comes on daily. And I'm so far behind. I'm scared to watch reviews of it. I started out, Tea Talk with Your Girl reviews it. She's one of the people I know that review it. Started out with her, but I'm behind on the show, so I don't want to get the spoilers. But I like Beyond the Gates, so I got to catch up on that. There's a few other shows I have to catch up on. Survivor is mainly the only game show that I watch right now that is on. I did review and watch Traitors. We don't have a new season yet because we just ended the season, but there are Traitors UK, there's Traitors Australia. I haven't picked up any of those yet. So I'm just going to go out there and see what other shows I might be interested in. Married to Medicine is coming to an end. I have a season 2 review that I just put up. I did that one pre-recorded. I appreciate you ladies coming into the room and speaking live in the chat while I was in the chat, but I pre-recorded the video for the season, the second part of the reunion. So that Married to Medicine, it's been kind of a disappointing season. The reunion is kind of clearing some things up. Dr. Heavenly is in the news. She's kind of quiet now. She's trying to pretend like she didn't know. I didn't know what was going on with my son, that she called both of them to make sure that they were okay. It looks like the oldest, Damon Jr., was picked up. This was 2023 charge that he's working through, something with the campus police, something involving a car. So I hate to hear that about anybody's children, even Dr. Heavenly's, even though she is always speaking about other people and their families. I feel like her karma hit one of her kids instead of her. And that happened earlier in the year when she was talking so bad about everybody else. Somebody started talking about her kids. I didn't love that. I still don't like that. But you have to be careful talking about other people. Okay, and my son calls me about just everything. Capricorn flower, he does. That's good though. Want to make sure you're doing okay. And probably just to get your advice, have you lend an ear. I miss both my parents because they always gave me really good advice. And I listened to them most of the time. And when I didn't, wasn't too big to come back and say, you know what you told me about such and such, or so and so. Sometimes it would be a person, you were right and I should have listened. So that's good that your son still has your ear, Capricorn flower. Okay, I'm going to end this review. This is under 20 minutes. This is a pretty quick review. So if you are team replay, come in here and just watch the video. Even if you don't watch the show, I can kind of tell you what the show is about. It's a pretty good season so far. So they're out in the Fiji Islands. They have already merged. So they're back down to one tribe, and it's pretty good. And I'll see you in the YouTube streets talking about our other shows. I appreciate you stopping by Sandra P's Gen Extra. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their night and the rest of your week as well. Tomorrow's Friday, so happy Friday to everyone. Goodbye. Thank you.